So today I will be using these two yarns to show you how to crochet a miniature dress. This way you'll have an idea of how to do it. So I will be using these two yarns. They're 100% acrylic. These yarn markers. My son has my scissors, so I will be using this nail clip until I get my scissors tomorrow when he's awake. And this is my 3.00 millimeter crochet needle. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my purple yarn, and each time I make a total of 5 chains, I will be marking this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna mark my very first stitch here where the needle is. Okay, and I'm gonna close it so it doesn't get loose, and then I'm gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 5 chains. I'm gonna mark it. I'll close it because I don't want to lose the place. Okay, so I'm gonna close this, but I know that my next stitch is right here when I close this. So you have something that looks like this. So I'm gonna close it here. So see? Okay, now I'm gonna make a total of 3 chains. I'm gonna go into the same stitch, as you can see, and I'm gonna make 2 chains, go back in the same stitch with 2 double crochets, and then I'm gonna go in each of these stitch with another double crochet. So in each of the chain stitch with another double crochet. And purple is not a good color to work with if you're doing a tutorial, because it's so dark you can barely see what you're doing, but I can't be bothered to go look for another color yarn, so I'm just using this one. I'm being lazy, guys, just like I feel lazy and tired. Okay, so when we get to this one, we're making a total of 2 double crochets, 2 chains. We're going back in the same stitch with 2 double crochets, and then we're going in each of these stitch with 1 double crochet. So what you're doing as you get to where your marker is, you're increasing your stitch because you want to have a square. That's going to be the top part of your dress. This is actually for a beginner. If you've never crocheted a top or a dress before, this is an easy way of doing it. Okay, so we're at this edge. Now we're gonna make a total of 2 double crochets in the stitch and 2 chains. Okay, and then we're gonna go into our next stitch with a double crochet. Okay, so a double crochet in each of your next stitch. And then I'm just gonna go in this stitch and I'm gonna close it off. Oops. And now I can remove the marker. Okay, so I'm gonna make a total of 3 chains. I'm gonna go into the next double crochet, so I'm going in each double crochet across. Okay, so I have 2 double crochets. I'm going in the same space with double crochet. So I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna go in each stitch with a double crochet. So as I get to each corner, I'm making a total of 2 double crochets, 2 chains. I'm going back in with 2 double crochets, and in each of the double crochets I'm going in with a double crochet. As you can see, this is quite easy and repetitive. So if you're a beginner and you want to try crocheting a top or a dress, here's your opportunity to try it. I remember when I was younger, as a child, me and my cousins, we would play and we would make dolls. We would cut our dolls' clothing out of a piece of cloth and we would use a needle and thread to sew it up. And we would make like cloth dolls and we would make clothes for them. See? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna close this off. Okay, so you have something now that looks like this. Okay, so it looks like the top of a little dress, doesn't it? Okay, what we're gonna do now is I'm just gonna go around with single crochets, but I'm gonna cut this yarn because I'm gonna use the white, because now I will be closing this off. Okay, so you have something that looks like this. I'm gonna get my white yarn and away we go. Okay, so I'm gonna make one more round at the front. So I made 3 chains, and I'm gonna go into this stitch. See, I'm going around this way. So I'm going in each stitch with a double crochet. I think I missed a stitch. Okay, so the front looks like this, and then I am gonna go around. See? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clip the yarn, and I'm gonna make it on this side, and then I'm gonna close it off, and we're gonna continue. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. Okay, so I'm gonna go in this stitch, and then I'm gonna go in this stitch over here, and it needs stitch across. Okay, so you have something that looks like this. Okay, so you're gonna go into your very first stitch at the front and your very first stitch at the back. Okay, so we're gonna go into this stitch and this stitch, so at the front and at the back. And don't worry about what you see sticking out, it's gonna disappear shortly. Okay, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make a total of 3 chains and a double crochet in the same space. We're gonna go into the next space with a double crochet, and we're gonna go around with double crochets. Obviously, if you're making this for someone, you would use more chains. There are different amount of chains that you would use. You would increase your chains depending on the size of the person that you plan on making this for. Okay, so I'm gonna push my needle through the beginning of both stitch like this, and I'm gonna pull everything through with a double crochet, and I'm going around in my next stitch with a double crochet, and again in the same stitch with a double crochet. So you're pretty much increasing this because you want it to be a little wider than the top part of your dress. And this is stubborn at times. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Remember, to cut this part. Okay, so now we're going around. As you can see, this is very easy. If you've never crocheted a dress before, now you have an idea of how to do one. So we're going in each stitch around. As you can see, we're going to close this off. So you have something that looks like this. See? It's starting to look like a little top, doesn't it? Okay. Well, wait till you see when it's finished. Okay, so we're going to make a total of 3 chains and a double crochet, 3 chains, go back in the same stitch, see, 3 chains, go back in the same stitch with 2 double crochets. So you have something that looks like this, and you're gonna make 1 chain, you're gonna skip a chain space, and you're going in the next space, 1 chain, and you're skipping a chain, you're gonna go in your next space with 2 double crochets and 3 chains, 2 double crochets, 3 chains, 2 double crochets, and 1 chain, skip a space, go in your next space, 1 chain, skip a space, go in your next space, and 2 double crochets, 3 chains, 2 double crochets, and you're going to continue around like that. I don't need to be repetitive and annoying, so I'm not going to annoy anyone. Just go around with that same type of pattern. Oops. Okay, and we're gonna make 1 chain, and we're gonna go in this stitch. So you have what's looking like a little dress. Okay, so I'm gonna hack my way over all the way to this stitch, and we're gonna make a total of 3 chains, and this is where everything is happening. Well, this is where the other flower will be, in the middle of this stitch. Okay, and then we're going in the middle flower, and that's where we're making the other flower. Should I say we're going in the middle of the flower? See, you're going in the middle of the flower, and you're creating another flower. So you're using the same stitch that you used previously. So 3 chains, 2 double crochets, 3 chains, and 1 chain, double crochet in the double crochet, and we're doing 2 double crochets, 3 chains in the same stitch, 2 double crochets, 3 chains, and back in the same stitch with 2 double crochets, and 1 chain, double crochet on top of the double crochet, and we're doing a total of 2 double crochets and 3 chains and 2 double crochets and 3 chains. Okay, let's do this over. Okay, now we're gonna join this. See, we're almost there. See your little dress? Okay, and there you have it. I'm not gonna make it any more complicated, but I can actually do something at the bottom. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut this. And I think I'm gonna do something with the bottom. So I'm gonna make 3 single crochets inside of the 3 chains. Okay, and there you have it. Okay, and there you have it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you're new to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe now